Well, hello and welcome back to my channel, everyone. Happy New Year. I know y'all thought Naturally Lex was gone, but no, baby, she just back in action. She back in better. So today we're going to be showing you how to do this natural glam that I did on myself. Super neutral, super beautiful, but it's still like, wow, her face is beat. So let's go ahead and get into it. They can't count. Okay, so first thing first are brows. I'm going to be using my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the color Ebony. So you can't see that. And I just have like this little angle brush with the little spoolie at the end. And I'm going to go ahead and brush my eyebrows out. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm kind of just lining the bottom of my eyebrow, following the shape, not going in with a heavy hand, and I'm going to brush it out just to give it the harsh line, kind of buff it a bit. Pretty self-explanatory right here. And then after I'm done buffing it, what I'm going to do is just start drawing on the top of my eyebrow. I do not start completely at the beginning. I like to kind of start 1/4 of the way and then fill it in from the end to the beginning, and then I'll kind of progress towards going to the front, making like hair-like strokes. So as I'm doing my other eyebrow, you're going to see that I'm doing the top first. That's because I get better results with this eyebrow doing the top first, because the shape is different versus the right side. No particular reason. Now I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape to just clean up underneath my eyebrows in the color Tan Deep Sand. Nice little flat concealer brush, red Japanese. So as you can see here, I'm just taking that concealer and my nice flat brush and trying to basically perfect and get a nice precise line underneath my eyebrow. Again, that color was Tan Deep Sand and the Tarte Shape Tape, and that brush is from Japanese. Sometimes I say Japanese squad just to be extra, but yeah. And I'm just going ahead and bringing it down a little further. And you are going to see me finger blend this out. I don't know. Some people don't like finger blending, but I just do that under my eyebrow because I'm not too concerned about beauty blending it out. I think I get the same results using my finger. And I'm going to go ahead and do the other brow off camera, but just so you guys can see that first one. Okay, so now that I've concealed underneath my eyebrows, what I like to do is just take a lighter concealer and put it in the middle of my eye. Today I'll be using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the color NC42. It's crazy because I really used to not be a big fan of MAC. I think I've just come to the conclusion that I don't really like the foundation for me because it just makes me too orange, and I don't like it. So we're taking that same concealer brush and just gonna dip it like this. Not too much because a little goes a long way. Less is really more when it comes to makeup. And I'm just going to kind of dab this on here. Like this. So here I'm just kind of dabbing it on still as if I'm like doing a cut crease. And then I'm going to go ahead and pretty much finger blend it out a little bit. Just take some of the material off, and then you'll see me use this brush from Real Techniques, and it is a concealer brush, and I'm just going to use it to make the concealer between the top of my, well, the under part of my eyebrow and my eyelid kind of blend together more, or better. And then I'll do the other side off camera since you've already seen the first side. Okay, so now that part is done, I'm going to try my foundation. A lot of people do their eyes first, but because again I'm going for more of a neutral look, I'm going to do my eyes last, and you will see why. So, to get my face prepped, I've already washed, moisturized, and exfoliated my skin. So now I'm just going to use my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. This is set and refreshing spray, but I like to use it before I start my makeup. And then, instead of just letting it air dry, I'm going to press it into my skin. And then I'll let it kind of air dry from there. The foundation I'll be using today is by Bobbi Brown. It is in the color Warm Almond, which is 6.5. Sorry again, you can't really see that. It's my wonky camera. But yeah, I really like this. It's their Skin Longwear Weightless foundation. And weightless is exactly the word to describe it. So here what you're going to see me doing is just taking my finger and dabbing that foundation on. And I know you might be thinking like, her foundation is a little dark, but it's actually perfect once I blend it out. And besides, I like to go a little bit darker in my foundation because once I highlight under my eyes, the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and chin, it'll brighten the correct places and darker around the edges. You know how your natural skin is usually darker around your forehead, along your chin, things of that nature. I'm using a brush from BH Cosmetics, which is this, if I can talk, just their foundation brush. Then you're going to see me take a beauty blender after the fact and press it out just so it lays like a little smoother. I kind of like to use the brush just to like spread it, I guess. But then, like I said, take the beauty blender just to give it a better seamless look. Okay, so now I got my foundation over my face. I'm going to contour first. So I'm going to mix this new NYX HD Studio Perfecting Concealer with the MAC Pro Conceal and Correcting Palette. So I'm going to go in between these two colors. And this color is, if I can find it, one sec, Deep Golden. So what you'll be seeing me do here is take that Photo Finish by NYX Concealer HD, and I'm just tapping it on my finger first, and then I'm going to take like this weird brush from Eco Tools. I don't really know what it's called, but it's kind of slanted and almost like a foundation brush, and I'm just going to pat it into the skin, trying not to scrape, making more of buffing motions, and I'm going to buff upward because we don't want to bring that contour too far down. And then I'm just going to dip into those other two shades that I showed you from the MAC Pro Conceal palette, and I'm going to put it over top. I would like to start out lighter and then work my way darker, just because it gives a better gradient effect, and I know that I didn't press too much pigment into the skin. I really hope that I'm explaining things well for you guys. Sorry if I'm not. And then here you're going to see me just basically contouring with those same colors along my temple and my forehead and things of that nature. I'll do my jawline because I feel like it just brings your face better if you do your jawlines. Well, don't need it light because your natural face doesn't gradient like that. I do not put makeup on my neck. I'm not a fan of that. That's just my take on it. Excuse me. Yeah. And then once I take my scarf off, I am going to have like a line where the makeup stops. But all I'm going to do is just buff that out. Nothing that can't be fixed. contour. Now taking my MAC Pro Concealer again. Putting a little bit of a pump on the back of my hand. I did gently mix the MAC and Tarte Shape Tape Concealer just a little bit, not too much. And I'm just kind of applying that underneath my eye. I don't do the super huge triangle. What I do is take a little bit of the product and then just spread it out. And taking that same concealer brush I used earlier on my eyelid, I'm going to do the same thing, kind of buff it out. I try to pat more than scrape, because I feel like when you scrape the brush across your face, that's when you're getting like flaky look. It doesn't look as smooth. It just looks better if you just buff it. So yeah, I'm about to be buffing away for about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna probably cut the other side just so you guys aren't sitting there watching that. And then, as always, I always take a beauty blender of some type or some type of sponge after I use the brush, because that smooths it out even better. Okay, so here you're going to see me take that brush I used to put my foundation on and blend down that concealer. Because it's so light, with the residue of my foundation on it, it would just help it blend out better. You can use a darker concealer, but because I didn't, that's why I chose to do this method. It'll still come out just as seamless and just as good. Okay, so here I'm just still applying that powder everywhere, and when I say, like, I really love this powder, like, it's super, like, pure white, but it's so fine and just soft, and I feel like when you go to rub it off, it really comes off. I just love it. Like, I haven't experienced any other powder like it. I do want to try their luminous powder because I heard it's even better, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one right now, so I'm content. Then what you're going to see me do is go into my MAC contour kit in the color, I believe it's medium. And I'm just going to take that shade and let you see me dip that brush in and pretty much just contour my nose, bring it down. I think that's what helps the makeup look more believable too, is when you kind of bring that nose contour into your concealer just a tad bit, just to get rid of that like line of, oh, there goes the contour, there goes the concealer. And then you're going to see me take it into my brow bone just to give my eyes a little bit of depth. That's going to help aid into my eyeshadow look, which is going to be super subtle, but this part right here really does go a long way for your makeup. And I do still have that powder on my face. I patted it on. I am going to rub it off, so if you're like, well, you look ghostly, that's why I have not completely taken off the setting powder yet. And then going into my other palette, which is by Black Radiance, and I'm just taking that goldish shade and that darker brown shade, and I'm putting it over top of my cream contour to pretty much set it and just deepen it up a bit. This is like my favorite part because I feel like this is where I start seeing my face come together. You're just going to keep seeing me blend that, blend that, blend that. You might be thinking, oh, there's a big contrast between my concealer and my contour. But once I start using my MAC mineralized skin finish powder, that is what's going to pull that all together. It'll give a nice gradient. And again, I still have not wiped that powder that I put on off. I'm kind of like contouring it off. Like I'm subtly washing it off with other powders just to get a better gradient. And don't forget about that jawline, guys. That's always important. Everywhere I put contour is pretty much where this is going. So here is where you're going to see me grab a big fluffy brush, and it is just a regular brush that I use. I think it's my BH, and I'm wiping that powder off now. I'm now completely getting it off of my face. It does brighten you up a bit, but it does not make you ashy or white, and that's why I love it. So just going ahead and rubbing that off. I just took my mineralized skin finish powder that I was telling you about by MAC in the color Dark Golden, and I'm placing that in the areas where I put that Dermablend translucent setting powder. And it's bringing some of my color back and just blending into that contour. Super nice. You see I was talking up the storm over there, but I was rumbling around, so that's why I'm doing the voiceover, because I talk too much. But yeah. So again, just taking that and just making sure that it blends and gradients really nice into the skin and all the areas that are like brighter and lighter. And I am off camera going to reblend my contour just to help get rid of that harsh line a little bit more. Okay, now we're going to start on the eyes before we highlight any of that. So starting with the James Charles palette, my favorite. And actually, we're going to spray our faces first. We get started with this. With the Morphe Continuous Spraying Mist or Setting Mist. Press that into the skin. Takes away that powderiness. And just brings it all together. Morphe times James Charles. So you're going to see me going here with the Morphe 514 brush and taking that same color that I used to contour. I'm just going back in on my eyes, as you can see, deepening that up quite a bit. And I am going to do the other eye off camera just to kind of speed up time, because it makes no sense how long it would have taken me to do both sides. So yeah. So with the brush from BH, I'm going into like this neutral brown, like flat brown / gray color, and I'm popping it right underneath where I put that contour shade at, and then just trying to blend it out to like a nice earth tone color. I will go back and forth between colors quite a bit off camera just to make sure I've got it deep enough, but just so you can see the general idea here. So now just going in with some concealer, I'm going to pretty much cut my crease. I'm patting it on. I'm not really trying to get the most precise crease because I want it to look more airbrushed and like gradient and just blended versus here goes the cut crease. That is not the highlight of this look. And I am going a little over halfway, but not super far. You can kind of do it however you want to. This is just how I did it. So what I'm doing now is just getting into my James Charles palette in that super neutral like skin tone flat tan, and I'm going to put it right over top where I just put that concealer, and it's just going to give me a super neutral look. And I'm going to keep applying it until I feel like it's blended and smooth enough and just to my liking. I did go back up in that crease after I applied that color just to kind of, like I said, blend it out just a little bit better, get that good gradient going, not give such a harsh line on my cut crease because, like, again, I'm not going for a super strong cut crease for this look. Now I'm going to take my eyeliner, which is from Benefit. It is their new roller liner, and it is so great. I love it. It does not like snag when I'm trying to write on with it. It dries matte and is a felt tip pen, and I absolutely love it. It is brand new. It's from their Roller Lash collection. So yeah, you'll just see me applying that. And now I'm going to turn around and use the roller lash that I was just telling you about, their mascara, the one by Benefit that actually matches the eyeliner, and it is absolutely great. The Tarte Lights Camera Flash used to be my favorite, but I think that I have found my new fave mascara, and this one has to be it. So now we're just kind of lining our lower lash line with this random black eyeliner I have. You can really use any like type of black pencil liner, it doesn't really matter. I have a blush from NARS that I'm using. I will leave the color in the description box, I don't really remember. And I'm lightly tapping and putting it on because it is super pigmented and it looks great. So there we have that. Okay, so now we're going to take our highlight, and this highlighting brush that I have from BH Cosmetics, and the highlight I'm using is by MAC, and it is called Whisper of Guilt. It's absolutely beautiful, and I'm just going to be applying that really quick to the face. Highest parts of my cheekbones, the nose, the brow, the chin, above the eyebrow. And when I apply it to my brow and nose, you'll see that I'm going to be using a smaller brush, more precise brush. I have now applied mascara to the lower lashes and slapped my lashes on top of my eyes. So now using the lip liner pencil from MAC in the color Cork, I'm just going to line these big old lips. And then I'm going to prepare it for this new lipstick that I'll be putting on, also by MAC, which I have forgotten the name of, but I will link it down below in the description box. Now I'm just going to take this Aaliyah x MAC lip gloss that I got for 50% off because they were having a sale, and just apply it in the middle of my lips and kind of spread it just to give it a little added glow shimmer. Now I'm taking this scarf off and we're going to prepare to do my hair.